Welcome to the third episode of an introduction to the North Queensland Phoenix Dragon Boat Stroke. In the last video, we talked about the power phase. We talked about coming from this point through to here. At the end, I said that this part of the paddle, just that the tip at the bottom, is likely to still be in the water at that point. So the purpose of this video is to think about how we're going to get the paddle out of the water and what we're going to do to start thinking about going forward. We're not going forward yet. This video is only about how we lift up the paddle. So from here, outside shoulder is behind square because that's how I finish my stroke. Chest comes up, hips come up, big drive down, and this arm is aligned with the torso. This shoulder is just a little bit behind square. So one arm at a time. This arm, all I'm going to do is just pick up the elbow and take it away from the boat. That's it. Everything below the elbow is going to be totally relaxed and doing nothing. That's it. Now, in terms of how high you go, if you were to pick up your elbow, there's a point at which it'll start to strain the shoulder. Mine's there. That's too high. Just drop it down that little bit. It's about there. So it's going to be below, it's not going to be a right angle, it's going to be just below that, depending on how flexible you are. There's no need to be up here, there's no need to pinch the shoulder, just drop it down. But the movement really just is picking that elbow up and taking it away from the boat, out sideways. That's it. When you do that, you should be able to feel your the lower part of your upper back contracting. This hand does absolutely nothing apart from just make sure you don't drop the paddle. So if I now put a paddle in my hand, come to this point, I'm going to forget about this hand for a second. It's exactly that same movement. Elbow is going to come away. That's it. We are not moving forward yet. So the common error, the common problem that happens is you're paddling, you get to this point where I want you to do this, but a lot of people do this. What'll happen is when you bring that elbow behind you, inside, into the boat, you're going to scoop up a whole lot of water in the face of the person who is sitting behind you. They generally don't like that. So instead of that elbow coming in, I want that elbow coming up and away. The top hand, this one seems to be the one that people get stuck on. The top hand, all it does is ensures that the angle of the paddle remains how it is here. Straight up. Just come straight up. So the common mistake is this. Paddle is too flat because the handle hasn't moved, because this hand hasn't done what it's supposed to do. So this hand, essentially all it does is goes wherever the handle tells it to go. So if I bring my bottom elbow away from the boat as I'm supposed to, see that the handle comes up. This hand needs to follow it. That's it. So the reason I want this elbow coming away is because I want to slice out of the water. If I come forward, if I don't come away, if I just come here and then come up and then start to return, or try and return, I'm going to hit the water. So the purpose of this elbow coming away is to slice out of the water. This elbow will come up as well. through, up. So once that elbow is aligned with the shoulder, that's it. It's just going where the handle is telling it to. Everything is dictated by this elbow. Through, out. I'm not picking it up with this hand. This hand is doing nothing. This hand is just keeping the paddle to make sure I don't drop it. Everything happens with the elbow. Through, elbow up and away. Top arm just goes where it's told. So there's two reasons that I want to do the exit like that. Firstly, what I've already mentioned is I want the paddle to slice out of the water. And the reason that I want to lift it is because, as we'll see in the next video, this is the setup for the setup. So out, elbow up and away, both elbows up. That is the setup for the next